going on, dudes and dudettes? So a quick update on a lot of the Olympic sports going on at USC. So on the men's tennis side, they defeated Penn State the other day 4-0. Then they defeated Michigan 4-0. Then they defeated Wisconsin 4-1. And then Peter Mark was named the All Big Ten freshman team. He was a unanimous selection. And then Nathan Trove was an All Big Ten freshman team guy. So yeah, congrats to all those guys. And yeah, they've been doing pretty well heading into this hopefully postseason tournament coming up for the men's tennis side. And then when it comes to the water polo for the the women's, they defeated the number 12 Indiana team 20-5 the other day. And I believe during that game, Emily Osmus had 100 career goals. She's the fastest in USC women's water polo history to get to 100 goals. So congrats to her. And then Mia Tavardi, or TVRDY, she's a transfer sophomore from the University of Michigan, and she's going to be playing for the women's volleyball team. So congrats to that team. And then I believe that's a women's lacrosse team. They defeated Rutgers 13-4. And then on the women's tennis side, they defeated Minnesota 4-0. Then they defeated Wisconsin 4-1. Then they defeated Nebraska 4-0. And then defeated Iowa 4-0. And then they defeated Rutgers 4-0. Then they defeated Maryland 4-0. I believe her name is Grace Piper, was an All Big Ten first teamer. And then so was Emmy Charney, an All Big Ten first teamer as well. So yeah, congrats to those ladies. And I believe on the women's golf side, they are a number 2 seed, and they are invited to the Lexington Regional. I forget who they exactly play in their regional, but their player Jasmine Koo was a unanimous Big Ten Freshman of the Year player, and I believe she was also a All Big Ten first teamer. And then also on there was Catherine Park, was a first teamer All Big Ten, and then second teamer was Bailey Shoemaker as well for the women's golf side. So yeah, they're dominating. I think Duke got like a number 8 seed, so they're pretty good. I think if they meet up at some point in that tournament, it might be like in the Final Four or something like that. So that's gonna be pretty cool to see if it does end up happening for both those sides. And then when it comes to the next sport, I think it was the high school ranks of the men's water polo. They signed a couple guys, a guy in Strahinja Kristic, and they also signed Mihailo Vukazik. Then they signed Gavin Conant, and then they signed F.A. Naib Poglu. And then the men's track and field team were the number 1 ranked team on the outdoor side in all of college, which is pretty cool. And then on the Big Ten Athlete of the Week for the men's field side, J.C. Stevenson got that last week, which was pretty cool. And then I believe on the women's 100-meter elite run, Dejaz Dufresne got that victory and first place on gold, so congrats. And then on the women's 200-meter elites, they got first place with Samira Moody. And then on the women's 4x100 relay, they got first place on there with like Moody, Dejaz Dufresne, Justice Madrid, and Jasani Jakarta as well. Then on the men's discus throw, he got first place again with Raquel Broderick, so he's been dominating there. Also on the women's shot put elites, she got first place there. Ashley Erasmus, she's been winning there quite a bit too. And then when it comes to the USC alum, Ojar Tadi, he won the Mount St. Mac Relays Elite 110-meter hurdles. He got first place there. And then on the women's 4x100 relay collegiate, they got first place there with their players Pace and Peterson and Maul and Tiana as well. Then on the men's shot put collegiate, he got first place, and Shaquan Dunn. And then on the men's 200-meter collegiate, Jazante Levin won with a personal record. So congrats. And then on the swimming side, they did sign a player from Hungary in Dora Molnar. So congrats to them. And then on the first team for the men's All-American and the 3-meter diving, they got Shangfei Wang. And another first teamer for the 200-yard butterfly was Krzysztof Chmielewski. And then Chris O'Grady broke a record. He broke a couple records. He got the 200-yard breaststroke. And then Krzysztof Chmielewski got the 200-yard butterfly. And then I believe Chris O'Grady broke a record again of the 200-yard breaststroke. So yeah, big time record-breaking, and a lot of news updates for those Olympic teams, and they're still dominating some of their little tournaments here and there. I was kind of surprised that both USC and Duke were pretty close out here in like the Chino Pomona area a couple weeks ago at Mount Sac. So yeah, that would have been pretty cool to see. But either way, it looks like they did pretty well. So I'll update on all this other stuff, other sports coming up pretty soon in another video. So thanks for watching, people. Like and subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know what y'all think. Have a great rest of your day. Bye. Fano.